If your tracks are feeling a little bland or stagnant, adding some depth and movement can really take a dull track and make it sparkle. Or maybe you just want to create some crazy creative sounds. Well, Baby Audio Spaced Out can help you do both of these things very easily. I'm Zane, welcome to Audio Tech TV, where it's my goal to help you conquer the tech so you can unleash your creativity, and I do this by providing easy to follow audio tech tips, tutorials, and reviews. Now, I've included a link down in the description to the Baby Audio Spaced Out plugin, just in case you want to get some more information, or maybe you want to grab it for yourself. Now, I like to start all of these reviews off with hearing what the plugin can do. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll listen to it on a couple of different individual tracks, and then later on, I'll get into the details. Plus, I'm going to put it on a bus and feed a few tracks into one instance of it. And then later on in the video, I'm going to get crazy with it on a drum track. So right now, let's give Spaced Out a listen. Now that was just a couple of examples of Baby Audio Spaced Out in action. So what's this plugin all about? Well, it combines reverb, tap delay, and modulation all into one nicely packaged plugin. It could be used to add subtle movement or depth to your tracks, or you can use it as a creative effect and get really spaced out with it. Also, if you don't like the white color, you can change it to the darker theme just by clicking this icon up in the corner here. And you can also resize the interface, make it huge if you want, by dragging in the corner over here. And as you can see, we have three main sections or modules in this plugin. So let's start with the first one, and this is your echoes module or echoes section. And this is a 16-step delay sequencer with 16 unique delay lines that are synced to your DAW's tempo. And you can easily switch between the four modes, which are straight, 2 times or 2x, dotted, and triplet. Now, this is your 16-step sequencer, and you can click into these spaces to adjust the echo for that step. And when clicked like this, there's a larger yellow circle, and this is the hard echo setting. When you click it again, it turns into the soft echo setting. Click it again, and it turns it off for that step in the sequence. So of course you can adjust this manually like I'm doing here, or you can press this little dice on the side here, click on that, and it will generate some random sequences for you in here. Then you click the X and it will clear it for you. Now I'm going to play back a clip and we'll click through the dice to see how it changes the sound. So here we go.
Better get used to reruns, that's all that plays in my mind. Reruns of you and me, the way that things are used to be.
All right, so things can get pretty crazy with it. Now, after the sequencer down here, we have the intensity knob, and this sets the sequencer's behavior through sustain and feedback controls. Then over here, we have the dimension button, and clicking on it will toggle it between off, ultra wide, and motion. The texture buttons over here toggle between clean, wonky tape, lo-fi, and hazy. You can turn on the reverse mode, which will give you real-time reverse delay function, or you could turn it off by clicking it again. And then over here we have a filter which gives you analog modeled low and high pass filters. Then you can also turn this whole section off by clicking this button here, and the echoes section would not be enabled. Now I'm going to skip over this middle section for now and we'll go right into the space section over here. And this is what they call the XY radar control. And this morphs between the reverb length and the modulation behavior. So let's test out what this sounds like.
Better get used to reruns. That's all that plays in my mind. Reruns of you and me. The way that things they used to be. Better get used to reruns. Like zombies in my head.
All right, so that's the XY radar control. And then up here we have the program section, and you can toggle this between vacuum, small space, medium space, and outer space. Then down here you have the pre-delay, so you can set how much pre-delay you want, and that goes from 0 up to 100. The Stardust control adds a sustained high frequency shimmer. Then over here we have your mellow control, which gives you dual low and high end dampening. The cleanup control feeds an altered dry signal into the reverb algorithm for a shorter, less dense response. And then over here we have width, and this sets the reverb width between wide and mono. Plus, if you want to turn off space, just like we turned off this section over here, you would just click on that button there. Now, let's get into the middle section here. So in the middle, we have this XY joystick, just like we did over there. And this allows you to morph between the echoes and space, wet, dry balances. So if you want to hear what that sounds like, let's just give it a quick listen.
Better get used to reruns. That's all that plays in my mind. The way that things they used to be.
And then again, we have another one of these dice here, and this changes the settings for everything. So if we click on that, you can see all of the settings have changed in here. Click it again. And this can be a great starting point if you're not sure where to take this thing, or you just want to discover something new. Why not just click on that generate button right there? Also, if you want starting points for this, there's a ton of presets included in here. And they're named fairly well, so you kind of know where you might want to put these. Now, right in the middle at the bottom here, we have this liftoff button. And what this does is it glues the internal wet signals together and adds some width and presence. And you can toggle it on or off. Over here is the ducker, and this ducks the wet signal when the dry signal is playing. And you also have the ducker sync button right here. And if you turn that on, the ducker gets in sync with your DAW's BPM for a pumping effect. Now, I want to test out the Baby Audio spaced out plugin by feeding multiple tracks into a single instance of it. So I'm going to feed my vocals, drum bus, and my guitars into one instance of this plugin just to hear what that sounds like on a bus like that. All right, so I have my drums, my guitar, and my vocals all on this one bus here with the spaced out effect on it. And let's hear how this sounds with sending everything into here. I'm sure I'm going to have to adjust some things, but let's check it out. All right, now I want to get a little crazy and creative with this plugin on a drum track. So here's what the drum track sounds like without spaced out on it. Pretty standard drum sound. So let's now add spaced out to it and see what we can do with this thing. Now, if you want to check out the incredible free delay plugin from Baby Audio, click the video on the screen right now. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating, and we'll talk soon.